Bonjour or bonsoir, it is evening here. I am Michelle, this is Cuisine de Michelle. So I'm going to be trying a recipe tonight that I haven't tried before. This is going to be for steak au poivre soup. So we're going to see how this is. This is from delish.com, so I'll modify it slightly, but anyway, you will need the following ingredients to make this recipe. You'll need 1 pound of steak, and they said to use either filet mignon or sirloin. That is not what I had on hand, so I just used a couple different other steaks. I think this is a strip and part of a T-bone, but I removed the bones for that. So you need a pound that's after taking out bones. Kosher salt, black peppercorns, olive oil, butter, thyme, thyme, shallots, garlic cloves, flour, brandy, or you can use Cognac if you have it. I do not. Beef broth, yellow potatoes, and they said to use baby ones, but I'm just going to cut them up. You have to cut them up anyway, so I figured to just use these and cut them up smaller. Heavy cream and Worcestershire sauce. So the first thing we're going to do is to cook the steaks. So I've prepared them. I mean, it would just be one, but it does say to cut it in half if you have one big steak that's like a pound. So mine, I have taken it's going to be 3 tablespoons of peppercorns that you crush up. And I did my best to use that many. I still couldn't fit, so I still have just like probably a good teaspoon left of them that I could not get. I mean, this is already very peppery, so it's going to be fine. And we also season them with kosher salt. So that is ready to go here. In the pan, you'll need a very large skillet because you're going to be putting in a pretty good amount of liquid at some point. So in here, I'm heating this up on medium-high heat. This is 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to go ahead and add in those prepared steaks. This one, there was just like a little bit there, so it's just going to kind of cook like that. And we're going to let those cook for 3 minutes. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn these over now. Beautiful. And we are also at this point going to add in 4 tablespoons, which is a half stick of butter, and our 2 sprigs of thyme. We will let this cook for an additional 3 minutes. Great, now that these have cooked for an additional 3 minutes, we're going to transfer these to a cutting board. And I am cutting my heat for a moment here. And it says that for what remains here in the skillet, we are to strain this. I'm going to put that over my strainer there. And then we are to wipe the skillet clean. All right, now that I've wiped out the skillet, now when I said wipe it clean, it's not going to be perfectly clean, obviously. We're going to be adding back in our strained stuff here. I don't think if there's a little bit of residue that's a big deal. And this is over medium heat this time because we're going to be putting in, this is basically like 1 small shallot. If you have regular size shallot, that is also fine. It's just that my husband, as I've said in many videos now, he's sensitive to shallots, so I have to be careful about how much I put in. So I'm going to be putting that in here. And we can already hear that starting to cook a little bit. We're going to let that cook for about 2 minutes. Next step is to put in, this is 3 garlic cloves that I've chopped up finely. And 1 tablespoon of thyme leaves. This is fresh thyme leaves, chopped up. And we are to stir that around for about 1 minute. Next, we're going to add in 1/4 cup of flour. And we're going to get that stirred around for about 2 minutes. Okay, we are now going to switch over to our whisk. We are going to carefully add our 1/4 cup of brandy. I'm going to whisk that in, and I'm going to start adding my beef broth as well. There's going to be a total of 5 cups, not tablespoons, of beef broth. I'm just adding a little at first so we can get that nice consistency there. Very nice. We've got a nice smooth sauce. Now we can start adding in the rest. That was just 1 cup. Again, a total of 5 cups of beef broth. After you get your broth all whisked in, you are then going to be adding in 1.5 pounds of the yellow potatoes that you'll cut up into small chunks, or if you have baby potatoes, you'll also need to cut those down to a small size like this. Trying not to splash this everywhere. Looking great, and I'm going to switch back to my spoon so I can kind of give that a stir. And now I'm going to bring that up to a simmer. Once it reaches simmer, I'm going to let it simmer for 15 minutes. So while your soup is cooking, simmering, whatever you want to say, over here I am going to do the ringed shallots. So you have another shallot there, you're going to cut it into ringlets. And in the pan, it's at a 1/2 cup of oil, but I'm only going to put a 1/4 cup of olive oil because it's kind of expensive and I really don't think that we need quite that much. And we're medium heat here. We're going to put these in the pan. And it says to cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes until the oil starts to bubble. All right, so this has started to bubble quite a bit. It says now we are to reduce that heat down to medium-low. And then we're going to cook it for, you probably have to kind of watch, it depends on your stove. It says 4 to 5 minutes until these are getting to be goldeny brown. All right. The potatoes have gotten tender. It did take about 5 extra minutes, so it was more like 20 minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in 1 cup of heavy cream. And 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire. We are to reduce the heat to be low, which I've already reduced the heat. And we're going to let that come together and simmer for about 5 more minutes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut that and show it up here on the camera. You can see that these have gotten kind of goldeny brown looking. We're going to put them on a lined plate here with a paper towel, so that they can drain. And it also says that we can season them with salt if desired. Well, I don't know if that's going to be necessary. Oh, they look perfectly golden brown. And I definitely do not think that, unless you're making like a lot of shallot, which it does say to just do one. This is pretty much like one shallot. Again, one shallot can be a very different size from one to the next. So depending on how much yours is, you probably won't need too much more than a 1/4 cup of olive oil. It has now been 5 minutes more, so I'm going to now add my steak back in here, along with the accumulated juices. Oh, I should have said that you need to cut the steak up into bite-sized pieces. Oh, it looks like I might have missed a couple, so I'm going to take those out and cut them down to size. So if you do like me and you miss a couple, no biggie. We'll just dig them back out and we'll get those cut up into there. Anyway, we're going to let that just cook for about 1 more minute so that it can be heated through, and then we'll see you at final plating. Right, so here we are at final plating. So I put it in my bowl like this, and this is not really a soup bowl, but I wanted to get it to kind of spread out so it could be better seen on camera, but also so it could cool off a little bit faster for me to be able to taste it. I've topped it with the crunchy shallots here, and we're gonna see just how this is. I'm looking forward to it because it smells fantastic. Mmm. Oh, that is a winner for sure. Oh my goodness. I am so happy. Again, I thought this was going to be great, but it's definitely just so flavorful and amazing. I'm pleased. I am definitely looking forward to eating this right now. And I hope you'll give it a try as well. And join us here on Cuisine Michel for other episodes. So give this one a like and then check out another one. Tell your friends about it and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Oh, and leave a comment too. Let me know what you think. Au revoir.